to the 6th session of Agriculture 194X, Focus on Agriculture. Focus on Agriculture is a one-credit course offered by your College of Agriculture, Forestry, and Natural Resource Management here at the University of Hawaii at Hilo. And we come to you live every Thursday evening from the television studios located in the Mookini Library here on the University of Hawaii at Hilo campus. And we also come to you by way of the Hawaii Interactive Television System and your local community service channel. For those of you watching for the first time, Focus on Agriculture is a class to inform you about the various aspects of diversified agriculture in the state of Hawaii. And each semester we try to focus on a different subject area in diversified agriculture. But since the cooking class has been so popular, we've continued with the cooking class again this semester, where we bring in various chefs and cooks where they prepare for us various dishes emphasizing local agricultural commodities. Before I go on, I'd just like to have the Elmo. And if you have to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me either by mail at University of Hawaii at Hilo, College of Agriculture, Forestry, and Natural Resource Management, or CAFNARM, at 200 West Kawili Street, Hilo, Hawaii, 96720-4091. You can also get a hold of me by phone at 933-0850, and if I'm not in, you can leave a message on my Codaphone. You can also get a hold of me by fax at 974-7674, or for those of you on email, you can get a hold of me at jfujii@hawaii.edu. Also, I'd like to remind you that if you are taking the course for credit, your recipes are due on Friday, April 5th. So you can email those to me, or you can mail them in to me or fax them in to me. So please remember that your recipes are due on April 5th. April 5th, that's a Friday. Also, I'd like to have the Elmo again and say a few words about the College of Agriculture, Forestry, and Natural Resource Management here at the University of Hawaii at Hilo. We have an excellent program in animal science where students can go into a pre-veterinary medicine program and eventually transfer to a veterinary school on the mainland, or we have a production option in animal science. We also have an agribusiness program for those interested in the business aspect of agriculture. We also have a specialization in agroecology and environmental quality. We also have a program in aquaculture, crop protection, general agriculture, and tropical horticulture. So if you know anyone who's interested in an excellent hands-on education in agriculture, please get a hold of me and I can get all the information to you. Since we are coming to you live at approximately 8 p.m., those of you in the viewing audience, and of course those of you here in the studio, can ask questions of our guests this evening. So why don't you get a pencil and paper handy and jot down your questions as we progress in our class this evening, and give us a call later on at approximately 8 p.m. This evening we have another very interesting presentation for you. This evening we are featuring the A-plus leaders at the Kapiolani Elementary School here in Hilo. And so at this time I'd like to introduce our guests this evening. First of all, we have Marilyn Jose. Marilyn, maybe you can wave to everybody. Okay. Joining Marilyn, we have Chad Fujita. And joining Chad, we have Raquel Augustine. And finally, we have Roxanne Kahelekai. And they will be preparing various agricultural dishes for us this evening. So I'm going to turn the class over to Marilyn. So Marilyn, why don't we get started with our cooking class?
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm going to make crab, macadamia nut, cream, cheese, wonton. Okay. And first you need a block of cream cheese. I have one inside. And you just you need softened cream cheese.
So Marilyn, what
Yes.
does the A-plus program do over there at Kapiolani Elementary School?
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Fujii. Very nervous, and it is hard, yeah, to answer what you're cooking. But it's an afternoon program for the students, and we coordinate activities. And
So you take care of the school kids after school until the time that the parents can come and pick up the kids.
yes, most of them are for, the program is for working parents.
Okay.
And so I'm going to soften up this cream cheese. It's kind of soft, just going to mix it up a little.
And you say there are approximately 20 plus A-plus leaders there, and you were able to get 4 to come on TV tonight.
Yes,
Very good.
yes.
And of course, I'm very proud of Marilyn because she's also a student in the class here, and she said that she would volunteer to come on the program, and so I give Marilyn and her A-plus cohorts a lot of credit for joining us this evening.
You're welcome. Now I know what, I'm going to cut the crab now.
Okay,
And,
that's imitation.
This is imitation crab. It's not
Okay.
no ama crab.
About how much crab is that?
I'm making a very small recipe.
Okay.
The recipe I have that I gave you was for four blocks of cream cheese. This is just 1 block that I'm using.
So you're making a quarter of the normal serving that we're going to have in our cookbook at
Just
the end of
about.
the semester. Okay.
Yes. So, but I'm going to give you the regular recipe, yeah, for, it's 4 blocks of cream cheese and 1 tray of sliced imitation crab, 1 or 2 trays of wonton wraps. And yes. And also, I don't have this, but I'm using just the wonton wraps. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading a different place. And 1 baker's bag of macadamia nuts chopped.
Okay. So where did you get this recipe from, Marilyn?
Actually, one of our staff members could not make it tonight. She's another student at the university. Her name is Tori. So is her last name Martinez? Anyway, she was responsible for this recipe, but since she couldn't make it, and this is a delicious recipe, I thought I'd borrow it. And
Okay.
she said her heart is with us. And then all you do is mix the crab with the cream cheese.
Okay.
Then you're going to add your macadamia nuts.
So far it looks pretty easy.
Yeah, the only thing hard is the cream cheese.
Okay, so about how much macadamia was that?
Okay, sir. Okay, this was about,
Or your recipe says,
yeah, it says 1 bag of macadamia nuts. That'll be about 4 blocks. Maybe 1.5 cup macadamia nuts.
okay. And then you really chop it up nice and fine, right?
Yes.
So maybe it's best to get the chopped up pieces of macadamia nuts for this recipe. You don't have to buy the whole nuts, which are probably more expensive, right?
Yes.
Okay.
What I did was, I don't have a something to smash to chop it up because I had whole nuts. So I got a mayonnaise bottle and I had it on a platter and I tried to mash it and everything, went So I put it in a bottle, and this is really good. Put it in a bottle and just got my knife and just, you know, very safe. Nothing is flying around. It's just in there, you know, so.
Yeah, I was wondering what you were doing at the beginning of the class there with that jar, and now I know.
Now you know, yes. And you know, it's not easy stirring cream cheese.
Well, I hope all of you are watching Focus on Agriculture this evening. I know the Olympics are on tonight, and we have the skating tonight, and everybody wants to watch the skating, so I know you're channel surfing this evening,
hello.
going back and forth.
You need that?
Oh, that's bad.
But I hope you spend most of the time watching Focus on Agriculture this evening. What is next?
And then
Mary?
I have the wonton. It's wonton wraps, but the ones I bought was wonton pay.
Okay.
And then what I'm gonna do is just put it in. It depends on what you like. If you like a big chunk, or you like a little, you know, little piece, it's up to you how you're gonna apply it. I'm gonna fill this one in. Then just gonna take another slice and put it over.
Those are going to be super big ones, yeah? That's the
They're
kind
pretty
everybody
big.
likes.
Yes.
But if you wanted to make it smaller, you can just use one wrapper and fold it diagonally, right?
Yes. But right now I'm nervous, so whatever comes out, comes out.
Well, it's looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, cream cheese is delicious and sometimes kind of dangerous for the health, yeah.
Well, you know what they say, whatever tastes good is bad for you.
My goodness, yeah.
But the important thing is moderation.
Moderation. Golly. To an extent, yeah, Dr. Fujii. I'm not good with my hands, so please bear with me. I had my daughter do the rest that I'm gonna cook. Okay, and you can also use this recipe for a dip.
Also, that can be used as a dip.
Yes, or you may apply it to Ritz crackers or bagels. Yeah, so that's the sample there.
Multi-purpose.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you may also add either sour cream or kamaboko or anything to your
mixture.
liking. Yeah, whatever you prefer.
But everything's got to be chopped up real fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it depends, yeah. If you want, if you're a big eater, make it big, yeah.
If you like them crunchy, you can put big chunks in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's it. And you just add it to your oil. And then maybe cook it for about 3-4 minutes. And take it out, put it on a paper towel, and have it for your meal. Or just your side dish or whatever. This ain't too bad, Dr. Fujii.
Not bad, huh?
You guys should try this, demonstrate. I'm talking to my classmates here.
So if
kinda
there's
nervous, but
anybody
it's
out
okay.
there in TV land here in Hilo, if you'd like to come on the cooking class, give me a call and we'll put you on. So Marilyn is a student here in the classroom, and she decided to come on, and it looks like it's duck soup, right, Marilyn?
Easy.
Easy.
Yeah, I want to thank my the A+ staffs for coming though. We
Okay.
could have had a number of others, but they were in our bill. Yeah, words ain't coming out, gang. They couldn't make it.
So Marilyn, what you
So-
made is a crab macadamia nut cream cheese wonton.
Yes.
And this mix can also be used as a dip or a spread on crackers.
Yes.
So it's a kind of a multi-purpose recipe.
Yes, very delicious too.
Yeah, with all that cream cheese, it does look pretty good.
Yeah, very delicious.
Okay, and so how's the wonton coming in the oil?
It's cooking, it's bubbling.
Okay. So then, while that is cooking, then maybe we can get Chad Fujita to come on. Chad will be preparing for us a seafood pasta. So we'll turn the class over to Chad, and I guess Marilyn, you can watch the wonton in the hot oil there.
Yep.
I think you guys got to
Well,
switch.
Chad,
switch
what
the
got
stove
you interested in cooking?
I don't cook.
You don't cook,
I don't
huh?
cook. I'm just
Marilyn
doing
roped
this
you
as a
into
favor,
it, huh?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, if Chad can, you can. So
If Chad can, anybody can. Yeah.
if Chad can, anybody can. Okay. A seafood pasta. It looks pretty good there.
Yeah, it's really easy to make. That's why I chose this.
So how did you come across this recipe, Chad?
Cute, man.
My mom makes this a lot,
Oh,
so. I
do you
got the
do any
recipe
cooking at
from
home?
her. Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good. There you go.
Like low.
There you go, lower.
Yeah. Okay, the first thing you do, cut a block of butter in half.
Okay. Half a block of butter.
And you're gonna melt that.
Oh, you know this is going to be good when you use all that butter. So how many students do you have in your A+ class, Chad?
I have about, I'd say about 25.
And what kind of activities do you do for them?
We do outdoor games, basketball, kickball. We have indoor games. We do all kinds of stuff. Homework.
So if somebody out here wants to become an A+ leader, how do you go about becoming an A+ leader?
You can go over to the YMCA and apply directly over there and volunteer a day down at our site.
So in other words,
see
you,
how it goes
you have
from
to
there.
first go to the YMCA to apply for the position.
Yes.
Do you know if there are a lot of positions available for people?
You're gonna have to ask Raquel that.
Okay.
Can you make it a little higher, please? Just like medium, not too high though. The next thing I'm gonna add is about 3 to 5 cloves of garlic. I actually put more. I like garlic, so
About 3 cloves?
yeah, 3 to
Oh,
5. Well, it
okay.
depends on how you like it. I like a lot of garlic, so I probably have about 6 or 7 in here.
Okay. If you like garlic, you put more in.
Yeah.
Well, I hope though that you people out there don't have this cold that I have. It's a terrible cold, and you kind of lose your voice and everything. So hopefully I'll make it through the night.
Higher.
Yeah, a little bit higher, please.
So you kind of
So you're gonna
fry it until the garlic becomes golden brown or something?
Yeah, you're just gonna brown the garlic a little bit.
Okay.
Not too much though. I guess
So
that's
how
good
long
enough.
have you been in the A+ program, Chad?
Close to a year now.
Would you recommend it to other people?
Yeah.
Looks like it's a tough job, huh?
It can be at times.
What
It's a lot
grade
of fun,
level
though.
do you have?
I have 4th grade right now. I was with the 6th graders a little earlier, but I switched over. Okay. The next thing you're gonna add is the vegetables, which is onions, mushrooms, and green and red peppers.
Okay.
I used about a half onion, about 10 mushrooms, and half a bell pepper, half a green pepper, and half of a red pepper.
Okay.
So we're just gonna add all that in right now.
So what did Marilyn tell you when you said you were going to come on TV?
She didn't tell me we were gonna be on TV.
Oh,
He was
roped you
happy.
in, huh?
Don't believe him, he was happy.
Well, so far you're doing a good job, better than me.
I was going to get something for you to do, but I didn't find so.
I'm only good at eating.
Just fry this a little bit until like the onions get a little translucent. Doesn't have to cook that much.
So do you find it a big difference in working with 4th graders versus 6th graders, Chad?
Yeah, even though it's only 2 years, it's a really big difference.
And what, you'd rather work with the older kids? Or?
Actually, the older kids, you can give them more slack, you know. The younger ones, you have to watch more.
So there's A+ leaders for all grade levels then?
Yeah,
All the way from kindergarten to 6th grade?
yes.
Well, you're lucky you don't have the kindergartners.
I got the 1st graders.
Well, my wife teaches kindergarten at Hilo Union School, so I know working with kindergartners is kind of tough. I guess it's just like teaching the kids, right, Chad? You got to tell them who's the boss, right?
Yeah,
Otherwise, they'll run all over you.
yeah,
So do you have them under control?
most of the time.
I can tell you this much, Chad, it smells good from over here.
Yeah, smells good from here too.
Okay, now I'm gonna add, I think this is a little less than a half pound of ahi that I
Little
cut
less
up
than
in cubes, like 1-inch cubes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna add that in.
It's not good, no?
So do you plan to stay on over there at the Kapiolani school?
Yeah, I'm not planning on leaving anytime soon.
So what are your working hours there?
I work there Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 2 to 5. I used to work every day, but I go to school also, so
Oh, I see.
my schedule is kind of tight.
So do you go to school here at UH?
Yeah. The next thing I'm gonna add is the scallops, like a 1/4 pound of scallops.
Okay, 1/4 pound of scallops.
Actually, I'm gonna add the scallops and the shrimp. The shrimp is probably another 1/4 pound.
And the shrimp, you just
I peeled
chop
it
'em up.
and yeah, I peeled it and cleaned it. I deveined it.
Okay.
Some people just throw it in, but I like to clean it first.
So is this one of your favorite dishes?
Yeah. It's really filling and easy to make, so.
Looks good. Smells good.
We're not really this quiet, you know, Dr. Fujii, when we're at the A+.
Well, it's a little bit different when you come on TV.
And this is extra quiet.
So what's one of the roughest moments that you had working in the A+ program, Chad?
Yeah, I haven't had any rough moments over there.
You must be a good A+ leader then.
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
Keep the kids under control.
Yeah.
So do you get to pick what grade level you want to handle, or do they assign you?
Yeah, actually Raquel does the assigning
Raquel.
to the grade sheet. She
Well,
she'll
when
send you
Raquel-
where you're needed.
When she comes on, I'll have a lot of questions for her.
Yeah, you give it to her. She moves us all around.
You know, actually, Raquel and Roxanne, you can come up here and join your group over here and give Chad some moral support here. You know?
Sounds
Doing
good.
fine.
Sounds good.
They're doing fine up there.
They're still, Raquel and Roxanne, they don't want to go on yet. They're sitting back here, clapping their hand, giving Chad a lot of moral support here. How's it look so far, Chad?
It's almost done.
Okay.
I'm gonna add clams to this right now.
Wow, how many clams?
It depends, up to you. I put about maybe 15,
Okay.
about there. Yeah, 50 to 20, doesn't matter.
So how do you know when the clams are cooked?
I guess when they start to open, huh?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
We got plenty rice tonight, Dr. Fujii?
Well, I told them to make 10 cups this time. You know, last time they only made 5 and we ran out of rice, so I think we have enough rice tonight.
Sounds good.
I don't think my pan is big enough.
It's okay. You got some of this, the noodles? You put the noodles in?
Not, no.
Separate.
Just after, yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. We're good. Okay. So, Dr. Fujii, Chad, he's very physical.
Am I?
You are physical, brother. We had a good art activity one time. Raquel does these like openers for our assembly when the children come to the cafeteria after school, and one day I just didn't realize what he was gonna do, and him and this other Mr. Matt, they're walking on their hands
Oh, yeah.
and racing. Yeah, so
Oh, we had a handstand race. Okay.
what the heck is happening here? Whoa.
Sounds like he's a gymnast.
Yeah.
Far from. Far from.
So you actually have an auditorium there, and you have get-togethers with all the kids every once in a while?
Every day
Oh, every day?
in the cafeteria.
Oh. And then you split up into your different groups?
Yeah.
Why don't you folks stand up over there? And
Yes, why don't you guys stand up over here and keep me company?
go, be on TV. I'm
No,
sure
not
everybody
yet.
out there
Yes,
in
you wanna be a
TV land
movie
wants to
star.
see you folks. So we have Raquel, Augustine, and Roxanne
Kahelekai.
Kahelekai
Kahelekai.
here.
You can turn it down a little bit.
Okay.
Just like little bit more. A little bit more. No, like more high. A little higher, yeah. That's good.
So I guess you want to make sure that you don't overcook the seafood. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely don't want to do that.
Okay.
Okay, the next thing I'm gonna add is, I need salt. Maybe like a teaspoon of salt.
About a teaspoon of salt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a little. And then and a quarter cup of white wine.
Quarter cup of rice wine.
White wine.
White wine.
Yeah, just regular white cooking wine.
Okay.
This pan is a little small.
And then the last ingredient is
I think this is the plate.
The table cream. You can use any kind of table cream.
okay.
You're gonna add about 1 cup of it.
1 cup or about a half a pint of heavy cream.
Yeah.
Mmm.
Oh.
All that butter and heavy cream. Gee, Chads, after watching this, some people out there may hire you as a cook instead of the A+ program.
Chad, you can come cook for the wife.
You just let this simmer for a little while.
How's
That's
the
basically
clams? Are
it.
they opening up?
Yeah, they're opening up, so
Okay.
they're pretty much done. The sauce is it's kind of thin. You can thicken it with cornstarch.
Okay. So if you want to thicken the juice up, you can add a little cornstarch and
Yeah.
water, right?
I like it like this.
So in the A+ program, these are only kids from Kapiolani school, or they're kids from other schools?
Kapiolani school only.
Only, okay. So Marilyn, how long have you been A+ leader?
I wish longer, but only about 2 years.
2 years. It looks like it was pretty good. You're able to get all these people to join you and do some cooking here on Focus on Agriculture tonight.
I'm glad they came. I was going to put them in for April also. You had a blank on
Yeah, I
that,
got that one
time.
filled.
Yeah? They're ready for it.
We told you only
okay.
one.
They're ready. They're asking me for dinner already, but that's okay. I'll give them more. I have no problem talking in front of the camera, none whatsoever.
That's what I like. Makes my job easier.
Yeah, the problem is after this program.
So stop. What did you guys do to my noodles?
Not enough water in the noodles.
No,
we drained
I
it out.
think it's a little overcooked.
Oh,
I didn't cook it.
oh, okay.
Oh, hello.
So how long do you cook the noodles?
It says 2 minutes.
Yeah, I bought the linguine that is the fresh type, so you only have to cook
Ah.
it for a couple minutes, but it looks like it's been
That's
cooked
okay.
Really? Go away. This is sitting
a
How
lot
about
longer than
your-
a couple minutes.
How about your seafood? Is that getting overcooked over there?
No, actually,
Okay.
It's fine.
I can go. You know what? You can you can turn it off.
Okay, so the noodles, what do? The linguine, you just put it in boiling water for a while?
Yeah, you can boil it for a little while, but you have to take this stuff out first.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
It's
I didn't
okay.
cook these noodles. I'm not gonna say who
It looks
did.
good. It does.
But,
Okay.
oh man. You're just gonna scoop
Oh,
and put stuff
If
on
worst
top.
comes to worst, Chad, we can have seafood rice.
Seafood pasta and rice on.
But that looks pretty good to me.
And then you put top it with grated Parmesan cheese, or you can use
Okay.
the Asiago cheese too. But just like that, and that's it. Really easy to make.
Okay, and that is Chad Fujita with his seafood pasta. And now we're going to have Raquel joining us, and Raquel will make lumpia.
What is it outside? Can you turn me on, please?
You want it, honey? Okay.
So Raquel, how long have you been with A+?
A plus, I've been there for about 6 years.
6 years, and you're also a student here at UH Hilo? Mm-hmm. And what you majoring in?
Right now, I'm finishing, continuing with my liberal arts and going into elementary education.
Oh.
Okay, I think I'm ready to start.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. The first thing we need to do to start off making lumpia is we need a pound of ground beef. You can use ground beef or pork. So we're going to go ahead and do that.
Okay.
This recipe is going to be a little bit smaller because I took a portion of it for demonstration only. So what we're going to do now is we're going to brown our hamburger.
Okay. So where did you get this recipe from?
Well, with 3 girls, you have to learn how to cook. So my mom always had us in the kitchen, and that's where I got it from.
So are you from the Big Island?
Actually, no. My parents are from the Big Island. I was born in Germany and raised in the mainland. My dad retired here, and that's why I'm here. Okay, we're gonna add a teaspoon of everything. We've got garlic salt, black pepper, and regular salt. So I'm gonna add that to the hamburger. Again, a teaspoon of everything.
Okay, 1 teaspoon of ground, what is that?
Garlic salt,
Garlic salt.
black pepper, and regular salt.
Okay. You look like a real chef there, Raquel. You don't even use a measuring spoon.
And she don't move slow either. Sometimes she has she's wonderful with coordinating activities, and she comes up with these ideas for the children, the students, and then I don't know. She had said something one time, and I told my aide, what?
My leaders have to keep up when you work with me.
She wasn't. And I said, what did she do now? She said, well, she just introduced a new, and I said, okay.
Yeah.
So what grade level do you have?
I have all the grade levels and the staff.
Oh,
Yeah, that's my job.
Wonderful.
She's the boss.
she's the head honcho.
At the A+ site anyway. Okay, so we're just gonna finish browning this. Now normally, after you cook hamburger or whatever, you usually drain the oil, but in this case we're not going to. We're gonna add our chop suey mix with the hamburger. I'm only gonna add about half. Normally per pound of hamburger, you're gonna add the whole bag, if not 2, but I'm only adding half because my recipe is cut in half.
Okay. So you say you can use either ground beef or ground pork.
Mm-hmm.
What if you get half and half?
Then you're experimenting.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm gonna let this simmer, being that we need to have the chop suey mix nice and soft for before we roll it. And in the meantime, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna cover this. Now, the way you know when it's ready is your chop suey mix. If it breaks, then it's not ready, or you can even taste it. So it's up to you. Right there's fine. Thank you. Okay, so while we're waiting for this, we're gonna cover it so the steam stays all in there, and we're gonna get our lumpia ready, the wraps ready. The lumpia usually comes frozen, so we have to thaw it out, and it doesn't, and it comes pretty stuck together. All right, I've already taken it off, so I don't have to. So I can save time. Okay. And while we're waiting to make the paste to seal everything up so it stays, so it doesn't come apart while frying it, we're gonna make a paste. And the paste is about 1.5 tablespoons of flour, and we're gonna separate the egg. So we only need the egg whites.
Okay.
I brought another egg just in case this one doesn't go through.
Well, that's a pretty neat gadget there to separate the egg white from the yolk, huh?
Yep.
Do you need this? Do you need the tongs?
Later.
You don't want towel back. You can use it. I didn't use it.
Okay. All right, we're
So
gonna
do you
check
feel
on
that the A+ program is giving you some advanced training for your teaching certificate or teaching degree?
Definitely. Definitely. Okay, so while we're waiting for the egg to separate, we've got the wonton wrap separated, and this is still steaming. We're gonna heat up the oil. I thank my mom for letting me borrow the wok. Okay.
Well, you came prepared. You brought your own wok there, huh? Just in case my stove pooped out on us, huh?
Okay, so we're gonna put about 2 to 3 cups of oil in here, not more. But we wanna make sure that when we put the lumpias inside after wrapping that it's covered. Okay, so we're gonna heat this up and we're gonna put it on 375 degrees.
375.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And get that nice and hot.
So how often do you make this lumpia?
Well, ever since my mom taught me how to make it, now I am the one that has to do it. So that means that's every New Year's, Christmas, Thanksgiving.
Ah,
Yeah,
so you kind of make it on special occasions.
yeah. So if we want to eat it, we have to make it. Okay, mix this up. Okay, so this looks pretty good. Yeah.
So what do you prefer, Raquel? Do you prefer the beef or the pork?
I haven't tried the pork. I've tried the pork for wonton, but not with lumpia.
Ah,
But So as far as my preference, the only thing I've eaten lumpia with is hamburger.
So that filling you could use for wonton also.
Sure. Okay, so right now we're just mixing up the paste. You don't want it too floury and you don't want it too eggy, I guess you could say. Okay, so our mix is ready. And now we can drain our oil. All right, for those of you who recycle, we're gonna use the can to drain our oil in. Where's my pot holder? Thank you. Okay, Miss Marilyn, you can turn this off now.
Okay.
So you want the mix kind of dry.
Yeah, you don't want it too oily because you're gonna fry it in the oil also, yeah?
I see.
Okay. So you can set this aside. Okay, now to make sure that the chop suey mix is really drained, we're going to take our colander and a bowl underneath to catch the excess oil and just put it in there.
Looks like you've made this several times.
Okay, now we can't wrap when the chop suey mix is hot. Okay, it's common sense. So we need to have it cool for a while. It usually takes about 15 to 20 minutes to cool. So to save on time, I've pre-cooled. So,
pretty good.
yes, I don't want to be up here waiting for it to cool. So we're gonna, let's say that it's done cooling. Thank you, Vanna. Miss Vanna. Okay, gotta make sure our oil is hot. We've got our paste, and now I'm gonna demonstrate how to wrap, how to do the lumpia portion, okay? All right. So we're gonna take your spoon. Wait, I need my gloves. For sanitary purposes. Okay, and I don't need to use a spoon. Okay, we'll put it at the corner here, maybe 2 to 3 inches away from the corner. Okay. If you're making a lot, it's smart to put less or a reasonable amount in there. You don't want to just put a whole bunch in there and then not have enough wrap. So now we're going to roll it. When you roll it, you're going to flap the corner over, pull it towards you, roll it one time, fold the corners in, roll, roll, roll. Okay, and that's where our paste comes in. Okay, I'm going to use this guy. This is a paintbrush from the kitchen. It's not one of those. It's not from outdoors. Okay, so we seal it up, keep rolling. And we're going to put it inside the oil. Okay, that's one. For those of you who missed that, we'll do it one more time. At the corner. Fold it over. Pull the wrap towards you. Make it nice and tight. You don't want to make it too loose because it's all going to fall apart in your oil. I've learned that.
So what kind of experience would you suggest if other UH students want to get a part-time job as a A+ leader?
They need to want to work with children. They need to want to be there, and it can't be, the reason cannot be that they need to make money. It's people who work well with children. They don't have a criminal history, anything like that. They're just basically the want to make a difference in young children's lives, basically.
And how do you find the education program here at UH Hilo?
It's good. It's good. The professors are good, the ones that I've had anyway. They put in that extra time if you need it. Okay, so we're done wrapping, and if you didn't get how we did the wrap, in the back of the lumpia wrap there's instructions, there's pictures, okay? So, tongs. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and fry this up. When we fry this, we wanna make sure that it's to a golden brown. This is all pow. Frying usually takes about, not too long, maybe about 3 to 5 minutes. Not very long. Depends on how hot the oil is, but you don't want the oil to be too hot or you're gonna end up burning it. It doesn't have to take too long to be in there because everything that's in there is already cooked. Okay, so while we're waiting for that to fry, okay, we're gonna get this ready. The sauce is up to you, whatever sauce you want to use. We're going to use sweet and sour sauce tonight.
What kind of sauce?
Sweet and sour.
Sweet and sour sauce. Okay.
This is pop. Okay, now we're just waiting for the lumpia to brown.
Okay. So we'll probably, while we're waiting for that to brown, maybe we can get Roxanne to...
No more enough room.
So the sweet sour sauce, you just use it straight out of the
Straight out of the bottle.
Okay. So what do you find most challenging about the A+ program, Raquel?
Most challenging? Gosh. I guess when the children have a bad day, when they're having a hard day, or when your staff doesn't show, or when your staff decides to
Ask you to cook on cooking
to ask you to cook
On the cooking class.
cooking classes. Those are your challenging days. Other than that, it's a piece of cake, as long as you like what you're doing.
Well, you folks are doing a real good job cooking tonight. So how's the lumpia coming?
It's almost done. Not too bad. The good thing is that the oil was nice and hot.
Now it's getting nice and brown.
Oh, you can't.
Okay. And then I'm just going to cut this and serve it.
Okay.
So Roxanne, what are you starting to do now?
Fried noodles.
fried noodles.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's gonna come out. Okay. I heated up the frying pan with oil because you have to fry the Spam. It's already cooked already, but I want it hot a little bit.
Our good old standby Spam.
Yeah. Or you can use pork, shrimp, kaboboko.
If you want to make it real quick and fast,
Yeah.
just open up a can of Spam.
You can have it with rice and soyu and ketchup.
So is that the salted Spam or the unsalted?
Unsalted.
Unsalted, okay.
Well, they have like turkey. You ever try turkey?
Well, the turkey Spam.
Yeah.
Do you want to use this one?
All right, I guess. I'm just nervous. That's all.
It's okay. You're doing good.
So Roxanne, how long have you been with A+?
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
How do you like it?
Bang.
Oh, it's good. You want to try come one day?
Oh, here.
It's good. It's a challenging.
I know.
Actually, your whole class can come. And we can sit down and watch you guys. Okay. Now, oh, excuse me. Is it ready? Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Dr. Fujii, Roxanne is originally from Kauai.
Oh, Roxanne is from Kauai.
No need towel.
Her family comes from there.
Oh,
No need towel
well,
there.
all
Her family.
our fans on Kauai will be happy to see
No.
that we have Roxanne here from the island of Kauai.
Yeah. Well, actually, I only graduated from Kauai.
What high school?
Kauai.
Kauai High School?
Yeah.
Okay, Raquel, how are the lumpia coming?
Pretty good. It's done. I'm just going to roll it, take off the excess oil, roll it on a napkin.
Okay, so kind of block the lumpia on napkins to soak up the excess oil. Maybe we can get the overhead camera on that. Okay. Nice and golden brown.
One.
And then all you do is dip it in the sauce and you're ready to go.
Yes.
Okay, that looks
You take
good.
my knife and cutting board back.
Okay.
So where did you get this recipe from, Roxanne? Fried noodles.
In the cookbook. No, I just make it at home. And then now I just add vegetables, mixed vegetables, or you can add fresh vegetables.
Okay.
Her family.
So when did you come to the Big Island?
I don't know, in 1980.
1980. How do you like it compared to Kauai?
It was okay. Well, I had to get off that island. It was small.
Do you make it back up to Kauai quite often?
Nope. No, because ever since the hurricane hit twice, it's really different over there.
Like that.
I guess Kauai has pretty much recovered from the two hurricanes now.
Yeah. But it's kind of expensive, but compared to here.
So your parents are still in Kauai?
My parents and my sister, my brother live out there.
On what part?
All over. I have 7 brothers and sisters.
Wow, and they're all on Kauai.
Yeah. Except 2 lives in the mainland.
Oh. Did you tell them you're going to be on tonight?
No. I told everybody don't watch.
Roxanne came all the way from Kauai to, we met in college, at community college.
Oh.
And then she decided to ask me if I wanted to paddle canoe.
Anybody interested?
And that's how my canoe life started.
Also, Roxanne,
I thought she was nuts the first time because I told me one big canoe, you're nothing. I went in and I never came out.
so you paddle canoe.
Yeah. For 7 years.
Wow.
And I coach for 5 years. Only
So-
girls.
So if somebody wants to get started in paddling, what should they do?
Go down to Bayfront and ask one of the clubs, are you interested in paddling? I can help them do this. Oh, you want to paddle? No, that's how the noodles in the ziplock. Oh.
Nope, I've never paddled.
Oh, you should try it, Dr. Fujii.
One day.
When the moon turned purple. That's what I told Marilyn.
It's good when you're out in the canoe and you're facing the ocean.
No, not that.
Which one you want? Oh, down. But the minute when you turn around and you're heading back for land, all I could see was my builds and, you know,
Okay.
get a good
Next.
workout though if you're physical.
Next, you add, you can use any kind of noodles, like Simon noodles, spaghetti noodles.
What kind of noodle is that?
Simon noodles.
Simon noodles. Does it come in a big package like that?
No, like SNS Simon, that kind of noodles you can use.
Oh, I see.
My noodles are supposed to look like that.
So do you do a lot of cooking, Roxanne?
Yep.
Well, I'm sure your friend from Kauai will give us a call a little later. So how do you like the A+ program?
Oh, it's good. Fun, good fun.
And what grade level do you have?
2nd grade.
Second, wow.
I have around 32. I want the biggest one, the biggest class.
32 in one class.
Yeah.
Big.
Wow, that's a big
I have
class.
Marilyn's old 1st graders.
They're keeping her even younger.
They keep me going.
And you work there every afternoon? How's the fried noodles coming?
Fine. Almost done.
Did your mom cook this at home?
No.
On Kauai?
We had to make our own. Then you put salt, pepper,
Okay.
salt to your taste,
Okay.
and sesame oil.
About how much would you say?
About half a teaspoon. And then that's it.
And that's it. Okay. Looks like you folks had this thing pretty well rehearsed. It's just a little bit past 8 o'clock, so what we'll do is we'll open it up to question and answers. So the numbers will be on the screen. The numbers are 974-7726 and 961-9046. For those of you who just joined us, you're watching Agriculture 194X, Focus on Agriculture. And this evening we have with us the A+ leaders at Kapiolani Elementary School here in Hilo. And this evening we had Marilyn Jose, who prepared for us a crab macadamia nut cream cheese wonton, and Chad Fujita, who made a seafood pasta, and Raquel Augustine, who made lumpia, and Roxanne Kahelekai, who made the fried noodles. So if you have any questions, please give us a call. And we have 2 callers, so will the first caller let us know where you're calling from, and go ahead with the question, please. Hello, you're on the air.
Hi, yes, I'm calling from Hilo, yeah.
Okay.
That food looks so good.
Yeah, we can't wait to taste it.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to taste it. I'm calling about the lumpia.
Okay.
What kind of lumpia is that?
Let's see, Raquel, what kind of lumpia is that?
The good kind.
Good
What
Ono
does she
kind
mean?
lumpia.
Does she mean what kind?
Oh, what kind of ingredients?
Okay, if we can have the Elmo, please. There are the ingredients to the lumpia. Can you see that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Okay, the other caller hung up, so do you have another question for us from Hilo?
But it looks so good. I wish I was up there to eat it. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you for
Bye.
calling. And again, for those of you who just joined us, you're watching Agriculture 194X. We hope that you stay with us. I know that the Olympics are on. I guess that Michelle Kwan is supposed to be ice skating tonight, and everyone wants to know if she got a gold medal. We have another caller, so will the caller let us know where you're calling from, and go ahead with the question, please.
Hello, from
Hi.
Hilo.
Okay, and your question?
Yeah, for the lumpia. You can use chicken.
For the lumpia?
Yeah.
You can use whatever you want as long as you think it tastes good.
Okay, thank
Go
you.
for it.
Okay, thank you.
You can use chicken if you wish. And do we have another caller? We have no caller. No one's going to help me out this evening. Do we have any questions from the classroom? Okay. Just press the button there and let the green light go on. And this is one of our famous Vulcan basketball players here at UH Hilo. Go ahead with the question.
Actually, it really smells good in here too, but I had a question for Marilyn about, because you said if you're a big eater, and I'm kind of a big eater and I got a lot of big eating friends, so how many people will the batch and the recipe feed?
Oh, golly.
Like, or normal?
Yeah, I'm not good at that.
Is that like one normal batch right there, the two
Well,
up there?
this is 4 blocks, so it's
Okay,
2
so
plates.
it's the 4-block recipe right there in front?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a large recipe.
And
Go ahead.
actually, I had a couple for Chad. I was wondering where you get your fresh pasta from.
Well, it's not really fresh. It's just not the hard ones that's in the plastic, but it's in the refrigerated section at the store.
Okay. And actually, for Roxanne, I was wondering when you were browning the hamburger, did you have an oil in there? Because it seemed like it was a little oily before, when you originally put it in.
I did.
Okay.
No. It was just a little too much oil.
So the oil just comes out of the hamburger.
Right.
Oh, so there wasn't any oil.
There
it
was
just
oil
you
in
talking about
there.
the grease.
Yeah,
Okay.
I poured oil in there, and then the oil from the hamburger came out also.
Okay. Oh, that's what I mean. What kind of oil did you pour in there initially?
Regular Wesson oil.
Okay, cool. I was just checking. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we have another caller. Could you let us know where you're calling from and go ahead with the question, please?
Hi, I'm calling from Honolulu.
Okay.
I had a question for Raquel.
Okay.
For the lumpia, can you use do you have to use the egg paste or can you use just water to seal it?
You can use water and flour. I've used the water, and it comes out. But then I noticed that it doesn't stick as much as if you had the egg white and flour.
So the egg and flour works better.
Yes.
Egg
And
white.
I've had your mother's lumpia in Texas, and you're doing an excellent job keeping up with her.
Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you for calling from Honolulu. And we have another caller. Could you let us know where you're calling from and go ahead with the question, please?
Pearl City, and I'm calling. I wanted to know the recipe for your crab, macna, and cheesecake wonton.
Okay, that is seafood pasta. And let me see if I can get Chad's
Seafood pasta.
recipe here on the Elmo. Wow, this is there's a lot of ingredients on this one. Let's see if I can zoom it down here.
Oh, he's putting them on the Elmo.
Can you read that on TV, or is that too small?
Too small.
Okay, I tell you what
I
I'm going
think,
to do.
no, I wanted the one
to,
for the crab, macna, and cream cheese wonton.
For which one?
The wonton.
Oh, the wonton, or the, that is the Marilyn's. Okay, let
Yeah,
me
I
get,
tuned in just as she was finishing up.
let me see if I can get that. Okay,
Yes, some big recipe. Got plenty left, don't we?
let me zoom down on this. Okay, there. Can you see that?
What is that?
That is Marilyn's crab macadamia nut cream cheese wonton.
What is it?
Okay, it looks like no one's going to help me out and everyone's watching the Olympics maybe. For those of you who just joined us, you're watching Agriculture 194X, Focus on Agriculture. And this evening we're featuring the A+ leaders at Kapiolani School. And this evening we have with us Marilyn, Jose, Chad, Fujita, Raquel, Augustine, and Roxanne Kahelekai. And I think I'm getting that right now. And if you have any questions for our guests this evening, give us a call. We have a question here in the classroom in the corner here. Go ahead, press the button, and when the green light comes on,
Okay.
go ahead.
This question is for Raquel. When you make your lumpia, how can you do it to prep it so like you're going to go to a big party tomorrow and you wanted to make a bunch of it today? What would you do to keep it until you needed to fry it?
Until you needed to fry it? Well, it needs to be refrigerated. So if you can find means to have it refrigerated. And because the lumpia wraps come frozen, you're going to make sure that you have enough time, or it's thawed out, because you have to peel it apart, especially the lumpia wraps, and they're stuck together. And you have to, it takes time. It's very time consuming to peel that. So depending on how much time you have, it's best, like I did, to peel it beforehand. But does that answer your question?
Then they won't come apart when you fry them if you keep them in a refrigerator for overnight?
No.
Oh, no.
Okay, we have a phone call, so we'll take the next caller. Could you let us know where you're calling from and go ahead with the question, please?
This is your friend's home, the friendly island of Honolulu.
Okay.
Like the Fujii, this is Harusu Joe.
Yes.
I have several questions. Roxanne Kahelekai. I have a good friend. During kid days, there was a person by the name of Vance Kahelekai. Are you related to him?
No.
No. He's from Maui, Anyway, he's an old-time friend anyway. But anyway, since I went to cook and baking school at in the Army, and they taught the last week of Cook and Baker School. They taught us how to use Spam, and then they taught us how to use Spam 1,001 different ways. And your way is very unique because you call it fried noodles. And but everything that anytime you want to use any meat, and you can use Spam for it, And while I was a cook, my favorite one was Hawaiian. I call it Hawaiian Spam. And what I did was make a crosshatch on a Spam. Then I put the cloves in between the pukus, like when you cook ham. And then I poured what do you call it? Pineapple juice, crushed pineapple on it. Just throw them in the oven just before the guys came over to eat. And that was a real easy one to make. But you can make stew with it, and you can do everything. But your noodle, Hawaiian, you call it fried noodles, I didn't think about that. I got to try it. Yeah, but look like good stuff, though. And for Raquel, is there... My son-in-law, I have a son-in-law, he's Filipino too. And he cook a lot of Filipino foods. And but I never get to learn what the translation for different Filipino foods are. What is the translation for lumpia?
That's a good question.
Well, if we know anybody out there in the audience that can help us out with that, Haruso Joe, we will invite them to call us. And I guess I really don't know. Do you know, Haruso?
Only thing I know, it seems like it's the Chinese thing called spring rolls,
Right,
but,
it looks like spring rolls.
Yeah, but the Filipinos have their own name for, because just like us Japanese, we have different names for. Sometimes it doesn't even relate to what we really say. Like recently with that moyashi.
Yeah.
We say, oh, that's
bean sprouts.
Bean sprouts, but no. The meaning of moyashi is malt. The translation is malt, but there is some relationship, between malt and moyashi, because that's what malt is. You let them sprout, and then they kill them and bake them or do whatever thing. But anyway, all I wanted to do, the main thing is, I wanted to tell the audience, as well as our teachers here, cooking teachers, that Spam can be used 1,001 different ways, and we won World War II with that. So, hooray for Spam! Anyway, that's all my comment is.
Okay, well, thank you very much for calling, Haruso Joe.
Spam anymore.
And yes, everybody in Hawaii knows Spam. We have another caller. Could you let us know where you're calling from and go ahead with the question, please?
Hilo.
Yes, and your question?
I have a question about the fried noodles.
Okay.
What kind of noodles did you use for that?
Roxanne?
Simon noodles.
Simon noodles?
Oh, what brand was that?
What
you
brand?
can use any brand.
Any brand, huh? S&S or whatever's, yeah?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, so it's better to use not the dried noodles, right? It's better to use something like S&S that's already soft, yeah?
Yeah, or egg foo young noodles.
Okay. We have another caller. Could you let us know where you're calling from and go ahead with the question, please?
Yes, I'd like to find out about the lumpia.
Okay.
Is there any other dipping sauce that we can use?
Okay, Raquel, what kind of dipping sauce can you use with your lumpia?
Well, we have the sweet and sour sauce. You can use peanut sauce. What else can we use?
Are there any homemade kind of sauce that we can make?
Not that I know of.
So
Sorry.
you can use Any kind, yeah. Sweet chili sauce. You can use any kind of sauce you find on
Well,
the,
see, that's a good thing. It's up to your taste buds, right?
whatever you like,
Yeah.
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 Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, well, thank you for calling from Hilo. And I think we're waiting for a phone call, so while we wait for a phone call, we'll take another question here and then go ahead.
I was just curious about for Marilyn, when you say a tray of the imitation crab, is that like I mean, does it only come in one size, or is it like?
You have a tray and they have sticks, but then you also have a package.
Okay.
It's a little smaller. Tray's about this size. It's a little smaller than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that answer the question?
Yeah, and you know, since listening to Haruso Joe, can I also say that you know, Vulcan basketball plays at the Civic this Saturday at 7:30.
Okay, don't forget the Vulcan basketball
Come on out and check
team
us
will be
out.
playing at the Civic this Saturday.
For
What
Hilo.
time?
At 7:30.
And who we playing?
We're playing BYU.
BYU. Oh, that should be a good game.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, we have another caller, so could you let us know where you're calling from and go ahead with the question, please?
Yes, I'm calling from Hilo.
Okay.
And I attend Hilo High. I was wondering if Raquel Augustine is related to the student body president, Rodney Augustine, in any way?
That's my brother. Yes.
That's the brother.
Yes.
Okay. And another thing, I heard a caller earlier asking what lumpia was. I'm pretty sure that's egg roll.
It means egg roll.
Yeah. And then, sorry, another caller asked about different sauces.
Uh-huh.
And, well, when my mom and dad eat lumpia, they usually put shoyu and mustard powder.
Shoyu and mustard powder.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good.
That's a really good one that we like.
Okay, well, thank you for calling and helping us out.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we have another phone caller, so could you let us know where you're calling from and go ahead with the question, please?
Honolulu.
Okay. Honolulu, and your question?
My question was for Chad.
Chad,
with
okay.
the scallops. I wanted to know the noodles that you used. Could you use like the salmon noodles?
You could use salmon noodles. You can use any kind. I like to use the fettuccine because it's a little fatter, but you can use angel hair, spaghetti noodles, salmon noodles, whatever you want.
Any kind of noodle that you like.
Okay. So what happened with the noodles? How did it end up that way?
I didn't cook it, that's why. Somebody else did. I'm not mentioning names, but she's wearing a red shirt.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling from Honolulu. And while we're waiting for a caller, we have another question from the classroom. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had a question about the seafood pasta.
Okay.
How hot do you cook that at?
When you're melting the butter and you're cooking the vegetables, like medium to medium low, you don't want to cook it too high. It's gonna cook too fast.
Thank you.
Okay. And for those of you who joined us, you're watching Agriculture 194X, focus on agriculture. And do we have another caller? We have another caller, so could you let us know where you're calling from and go ahead with the question, please?
Hello.
Hi, where are you calling from?
Honolulu.
Okay. And your question?
My question was, can you flash that one more time, the lumpia recipe?
The lumpia. Okay. Since you called all the way from Honolulu, we're going to put the lumpia recipe there. Okay, can you read that?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, so we'll leave that for you. And we have another caller, so while the caller from Honolulu is writing the lumpia recipe down, we'll take the next caller. Could you let us know where you're calling from and go ahead with the question, please?
I'm calling from Hawaii. And,
Kauai.
Yes.
Okay.
And could you please run the recipe for the crab wonton again?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the question. Can you repeat that?
Can you run the menu for the crab wonton again?
The crab wonton. Okay. I'm going to take the lumpia recipe off, and I'm going to put the crab macadamia cream cheese wonton on. And there you go for the caller from Kauai.
By the way, your
Okay, can you see that on Kauai?
yes.
Okay. And we don't have a phone call, and we still have about another 4 minutes. Do we have any other questions here from the classroom? Got another announcement for Vulcan basketball? What is your prediction for, oh, just a sec. We have a question in the back. No. Okay, well, what is the prediction for the Vulcan basketball game this weekend?
Oh, well, my prediction personally, I think we're going to stomp BYU Hawaii into the ground, but, you know.
Okay. And what position do you play?
I'm a center.
The center. And how tall are you?
6'11".
6 feet 11. Wow. Okay, folks, this Saturday, what time again?
7:30 at the Civic.
7:30 p.m.
At
the Civic
Center.
Auditorium this Saturday. Come watch our Vulcan basketball players take on BYU. And our star center here says that we're going to stomp them, so be there. Okay, for those of you who just joined us, stay on our channel now. Don't go back to the Olympics. We've got another 3 more minutes. Stay with us. And we have another caller, so could you let us know where you're calling from and go ahead with the question, please.
I'm calling from Hilo.
Okay, and your question?
Yes, those macadamia nuts, is that the cooked or uncooked macadamia nuts?
Okay, that's just regular
I got it
roasted
in a
macadamia,
bottle.
right?
I got it in a bottle.
It's a regular macadamia nut from the bottle, but I think
So it's cooked.
it'd probably be better if you use the chopped macadamia already. Then
Yeah.
you don't have to chop it up, right?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, well, thank
Bye.
you for calling from Hilo. And we have another question here from the classroom. Go ahead.
Yeah, for the crab macadamia nut cream cheese wonton, can you like heat up the cream cheese to make it easier to mix, like stick it in the microwave or something?
Oh, golly, I'm not sure. That's a good idea. I haven't tried it. This is my first time with cream cheese.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure you could probably put it in the microwave and get it a little warm so it's a little more pliable, but don't overdo it. We have another caller, so could you let us know where you're calling from and go ahead with the question, please. Hello, you're on the air.
Hi, I'm from Honolulu.
Okay.
Can I see the recipe for the seafood pasta recipe?
Okay, since you called from Honolulu, I'm going to put on the, where is it? That's Chad's recipe. Chad, where are you? Here we go. Okay, now let me see if I can get it on the, okay, there's a lot of goodies in this recipe, so I'm going to leave it right there. I hope you can read it. That's about the closest I can get it without cutting. Can you see it?
Yes, I can. Thank you. That's really good.
Okay, so I'm going to leave that there for our caller from Honolulu. And, you know, we are just about running out of time, so I'm going to take this time to thank the A+ leaders at Kapiolani, Chiefess Kapiolani Elementary School here in Hilo for joining us, namely Marilyn Jose, Chad Fujita, Raquel Augustine, Roxanne Kahelekai, for joining us this evening and demonstrating all these wonderful dishes for us. We can't wait to try them out. Next Thursday evening, we're going to have the Fujii bakery come on. So that's not my relative, but I know they prepare good things. So we hope that you'll join us next Thursday evening. This is Jack Fujii saying thank you for watching. And of course, now you can switch your channel after we go off the air and you can watch the Olympics. And we hope that you'll join us next Thursday. This is Jack Fujii saying good evening.